Como sempre, né? Como sempre. É que eu mudo as configurações da Twitch pro YouTube e aí dá essa bugada. Então vamos lá. De novo, fala galera. Eu sou o Adriano Lenhador, sou o Star Player favorito de For Honor. Estamos aqui para mais uma transmissão da Warriors Den. Hoje a revelação aí do novo herói, né? O Kyoshin é o primeiro herói do ano 5 de For Honor. Teremos dois heróis esse ano, certo? O Kyoshin é o primeiro, tá? Uh, Para quem não sabe, ele vai ser um samurai. É tudo que se sabe dele. Até agora, um samurai bem estiloso, bem bonitão. Eu tô aqui na Twitch. Começou agora, tá? O countdown deles. Então a gente vai acompanhar aí. Como vocês podem ver, tá? Isso aqui eu tô transmitindo direto da página do For Honor. A diferença de você assistir comigo aqui é que eu vou meio que traduzindo para vocês. Basicamente é isso, né? Vamos fazer um tempo real aqui. A transmissão deles lá tem 10 minutos, aí, 9 minutos e meio para começar. Enquanto isso a gente vai trocando ideia. Eu vou interagindo com vocês no chat aí, né? Vamos falando um pouquinho desse processo, tal. E o que esperar do novo herói, né? Eu sempre comento nas minhas lives, comento com o pessoal que eu não gosto de hypar personagem. Eu não gosto de hypar porque, né, se não vê o que a gente espera, a gente acaba ficando meio triste e tal. Então, não hypem, vamos esperar pra ver, né? Torcer pelo melhor. Eu não sei se vocês sabem muito isso aqui, talvez já saibam, né? Mas já foi divulgado, tá? Já foi divulgado não, foi vazado. Foi vazado algumas imagens aí do novo herói. E ele tá bem legal, bem bonito, né? Foi um vazamento que uma loja fez. Dessa vez não pode nem falar que foi os produtores de conteúdo, porque a gente não recebeu acesso ainda do personagem. Então eu não tenho nada para falar para vocês. Mesmo se eu tivesse, eu não poderia falar. Mas o que eu posso dizer é o seguinte: teve esse vazamento, já saiu as imagens, inclusive a imagem da capa aí já é uma dessas imagens, tá? E, pô, pelo que eu vi, eu achei da hora. Um samurai, ele não é tão... Com certeza que a live certa, cara, tá aqui, mano. Tá na Twitch do For Honor ao vivo, né? Tá aqui com 1.375 pessoas assistindo. Então, se dessa vez enganar, não vai enganar só eu, vai enganar todo mundo. Enganar mais de 1.000 pessoas. A gente tá quase ao vivo, tá com um delay aí de 20 segundos, pelo que eu posso ver aqui. Praticamente ao vivo, tá? Então, antes de mais nada, eu vou pedir para vocês o seguinte: quem tá vendo no PC e quer habilitar os drops da Twitch, entra lá na Twitch e aí você pode habilitar os drops lá. São aquelas perguntinhas que vai aparecendo aqui, a gente vai sempre respondendo junto com vocês e tal. Se bem que às vezes eu não presto muita atenção, porque eu tô com tanta atenção no personagem, né? Então, mas aí mantém a outra janela aberta aqui comigo, tá? Eu vou tentar entender as coisas, traduzir e comentar para vocês, certo? Enquanto isso, bom, o que esperar do novo personagem, além que ele seja samurai? O Griffon foi um personagem assim que, opinião minha, não opinião minha, acho que geral, mas eu dou a minha opinião, né? O Griffon é um personagem que ele veio absurdamente forte pro jogo, mas teoricamente tem uma explicação. O Griffon foi assim, ó, uma virada de mesa que a galera deu de forma com que todos os personagens ficassem muito forte, com muitas opções ofensivas e com muitas opções defensivas. Então, só que quando o Grifo chegou, só ele tinha isso, né? Fora alguns personagens que estão forte aí há muito tempo, né? Warlord, BP e tal. O Griffon chegou, só que ele possuía mecânicas demais. Ele tinha bash, ele tinha dash com esquiva, ele tinha um follow-up com inesquivável e com bash, um negócio bastante dano também, né? O problema é que ele chegou com tudo isso e os outros não tinham nada. Então isso foi um grande choque para todos, inclusive para mim, eu falei 1000 vezes aqui, né? Só que agora, quando veio os reworks, 5 reworks, 5? Sei lá, 7? Não lembro. Enfim, quando veio os novos reworks, pô, você vê que Hitokiri ficou muito forte, o Aramusha ficou bom, Zanru ficou bom, o Goki ficou até mais forte do que devia. Então você vê que os personagens começaram a ganhar mais opções, né? E eu entendo que os reworks agora vão vir nessa linha de raciocínio. De que um personagem precisa ter vários movimentos e várias opções, tanto ofensiva quanto defensiva. Ah, vai dar dash ataque para todos os personagens? Vai, cara, vai. O personagem tem que ter uma chance de sair de um bash e conseguir punir quem dá o bash nele, né? Então, isso é positivo sim, galera, é positivo. Só que aí que tá. Aí os caras me propuseram o rework do Shinobi. No papel, eu acompanhando aqui a Warriors Den com vocês, falei, nossa, que legal. Ele vai ter várias possibilidades, né? A todo momento ele pode mudar o mix-up e te enganar. Só que quando chegou na prática, meu amigo, pensa numa lapa de cocô desse tamanho aqui, ó. Foi a prática que foi a implementação do que eles falaram que ia fazer. Então, infelizmente, no For Honor, a gente já se acostumou com isso. Uma coisa é falada, outra coisa é executada. Então a gente tem que ter muito cuidado, porque às vezes eu vejo algo na Warriors Den, eu falo, nossa, que da hora. Mas aí eu vou ver na prática, pô, Shinobi dando um monte de wall splat, nada a ver aquilo. Os caras te pinando infinitamente, fazendo combo sem você poder reagir. Um monte de coisa que já se tirou do jogo, e aí fazem rework de um personagem e colocam isso de novo. Coisas abomináveis. Enfim, o Shinobi foi um erro, e eu já tô falando assim, da minha cabeça. O Shinobi não vai vir aquele rework. Não vai vir aquele rework. Certeza, tá? Então quem tá esperando o Shinobi aí, é opinião minha, não li em nenhum lugar, é por conhecimento do jogo, cara. Não tem condição de vir aquele rework, certo? Claro, mas né, a gente já viu cada coisa, né? E aí também não vou me impressionar, tá? O que mais que eu ia falar? Ah, tá, e aí, então. Quando eu confesso que eu fiquei feliz, porque todos os reworks pré-Shinobi ficaram muito bons. Ficaram bons, cara. Foi a primeira vez que eu vi assim, eu falei, carai, que legal, acertaram. Eu acho que os devs chegaram num ponto legal. Eles entenderam que todo personagem precisa ter opções ofensivas, todo personagem precisa ter opções defensivas. E, cara, não pode ter tanta discrepância de um personagem tem tudo, um tem bash imbloqueável e ataque perseguidor e o outro não tem nada, saca? Então eu achei legal. Mas aí vem o do Shinobi e tipo, porra, mano, não jogaram com o personagem, meu irmão. Vocês lançaram esse personagem, vocês não jogaram, desculpa. Bastou um duelo com o Shinobi pra eu ver que ele não tava funcionando. Deixa eu ler o superchat do Vinícius Ruescar aqui. O herói disponível inicialmente para quem tem Season Pass ou todos têm acesso e ele no lançamento? Então, primeiro, obrigado Vinícius pelo, né? Adriano, você acha que ele virá quebrado como grifo? Então, Vinícius, todo esse meu monólogo aqui é pra falar, chegar nesse ponto do que eu espero do novo personagem. Mas o personagem vai ser pago, ponto. Não tem nada a ver com Season Pass. Aliás, Season Pass nem vende, mano. Ele vende assim... É que tem aquele... o passe de temporada dos itens, né? Eu não lembro o nome. Como que é o nome? Passe de batalha. Passe de batalha pra item... Não tem nada a ver, o personagem é comprado. Você compra ele, você tem acesso a ele agora, dia 22. Quem não compra ele vai ter acesso só 15 dias depois, comprando com 15k, provavelmente é 15k, certo? Então, aí só pra concluir o raciocínio. Então, eu tava confiante, feliz, até que eu vi o rework do Shinobi. Aí eu falei, meu, pode ser que venha um personagem quebrado... Então eu não confio. confesso que né, tava confiante. Pô, os reworks vieram todos legais. Aí chegou o Shinobi. Não é possível um cara ter jogado, seja 2, 3 partidas com aquele Shinobi e não percebeu que ele tava horrível. Ele não deveria ter sido colocado daquele jeito. Os caras mandaram pra Testing Grounds. Coisa que, sei lá, uma criança. Mas enfim. Então, cara, vamos torcer pra ser legal. Começando aí, ó, eu vou ficar quietinho, só vou falar o necessário, tá? Vou tentar traduzir contexto. Bora. Tem pra pôr um trailerzinho novo, né?
Warriors, welcome to the Warriors Den, our second of the month. It is Year 5, Season 2, Title Update 2. That's quite a mouthful.
Então,
And
feedback
we are
aí do
here to
som,
talk
tá,
about
galera? Se tá bom pra vocês, se tá alto,
Kyoshin
se tá
and a few
baixo.
other subjects. First, I'm Matt. I'm UB Insulin. I'm here with Josh, aka UB Yubble. Josh, how are you doing today?
Dude, I'm so excited for this show. This hero is super awesome. I'm excited for everyone to see them. Yeah, really sick.
Well, you know it's coming up, so it is very exciting. Let's go through the run of show briefly. First of all, it's going to be us talking about the Twitch drops, which will be live for the
Não
the
tô
For
vendo
Honor
a live
directory.
errada não, galera. Tá
We'll
aqui,
go through
ó.
the details of that in just a bit.
Não cometo o
And
mesmo
then
erro
we're going to
2
bring
vezes.
on Brian and Clarissa to talk about the Dominion series and some community activities we'll be doing shortly. And then we're going to get into the nitty gritty of the hero, which will be available for $8 or €8 for an exclusivity period starting on July 22nd, and then available for 15K steal on August 5th. So just be ready for that. That is coming around the corner. But first, Josh, tell us about the Twitch drops.
Yeah, let's talk about Twitch drops.
Falar do Twitch Drops, né? Os drops da Twitch,
and we
que
have
é
a
o que eu falei
lot
pra
to
vocês.
get
Se puder
through
assistir,
for these,
se vocês
Twitch
estão me
drops, 'cause
assistindo
as you
aqui pelo
mentioned,
YouTube,
we have Twitch drops
entra
for
lá no
the
Twitch
Twitch
pra pegar os
directory.
drops.
But let's go ahead and talk about
Tem
what
sorteio
you
de
can-
aço,
what you can-
tem as
you might be
perguntinhas
getting.
que vocês
So,
respondem.
before we even get
Isso aqui que
into
tá
the
escrito
rewards,
aqui,
just make sure
tá?
that your Twitch account is linked up with your Ubisoft Connect account so you can actually redeem your rewards. So for 30 minutes of accumulated viewing time, you will receive 1 scavenger crate, and be sure to claim that so you can actually get more rewards afterwards. And then every 30 minutes of accumulated viewing time afterwards, you have the chance to win 100K steal and or the Kyoshin Warrior, which also comes with an exclusive ornament, elite outfit, scavenger crates, 7-day champion
É
status.
normal, eles vão
and this does
enrolar, vão
start on
falar de
July 22nd.
campeonato.
So
Provavelmente o
definitely be on
personagem
the
vai
lookout
ser a
for
última
that.
coisa. Mas,
Also,
beleza.
For our Twitch
Tá de boa aí,
directory,
vamos
any
ficar trocando
streamer
ideia.
that is playing For Honor, you can actually earn rewards by watching them. So as you can see here, we have rewards from 1 hour to 24 hours. We have XP boosts.
Ó, isso daqui, ó,
we've
se
got
vocês
scavenger crates,
assistirem
steel,
qualquer
all
canal,
that yummy stuff that
estiver
we know that you
streamando For
enjoy.
Honor, ou seja, se vocês me
And yeah, you'll be able
assistirem,
to, again,
quem
like
tá
I
na
said
Twitch aí, ó,
previously, just make
lenhador
sure that when you
gameplay,
do receive
vocês
your
ganham
rewards from your viewing time, that you do
XP,
redeem them.
vocês
That way you
ganham
can go
caixa
ahead
e
and
vocês vão
start
ganhar
earning
aço só
more
de
rewards
assistir a minha live.
after
Não
that
aqui no
one. So
YouTube, lá na
definitely be
Twitch.
sure to do that.
Terminar a
And
transmissão aqui, eu vou
for
iniciar
our
lá, tá?
streamers that are going to be playing For Honor, we have not forgotten about you. The top 10 streamers at the end of the date, which is
Ó, os
July
top 10
27th,
streamers
you
vão
will
receber
receive
100 mil.
100,000
Com
steal.
certeza eu vou
This is
ganhar.
guaranteed. So if you are in the top 10, you will receive this reward. And also for those who will be getting the rewards, it can take up to 24 hours for them to show up. Your rewards will be coming, so just wanna ease your minds there. But yeah, we're super excited to kind of start doing some Twitch drops again. And again, as you saw, there's a ton there. So
Pra
definitely,
quem não
you know,
sabe,
if
eu
you want
faço
to check out your
lives de
favorite
gameplay
streamer
lá na
that's
Twitch.
playing
Eu
For
fazia
Honor,
muito aqui no
be sure to
YouTube,
do
não faço
so,
mais.
and you get
Eles
some sweet
eles só
stuff
tão
out of
falando
it.
disso aí,
So,
tá? Então, faz diferença.
nice.
Aproveitar e falar da
Twitch
minha
drops
live,
are
né?
back, baby. And this, like, I'm excited. I don't even know if I can win because I work here. I don't know if I actually have the ability to earn these. I need to ask somebody.
I wouldn't tell on you if you did.
Maybe I'll ask Brian when he shows up. See if I can get some of that steal. Wink,
That's
wink,
a good idea.
wink, wink, nod, nod.
Wink, wink. Speaking of Brian, we'll be right back with Brian and Clarissa. Brian, Clarissa, welcome to the show. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing well. And Josh, the answer is no. The
Vai
rumors
falar do
which you have
torneio
heard
de Ubi
are
Fashion,
true.
provavelmente.
Come
E do Hero
There you go.
Series, sei lá.
We can all
Vamos
win.
ver.
Don't tell.
Clarissa.
Heresy.
Oh, there.
No,
he's
we
coming
can't.
back.
Welcome back.
Can't. None of us.
But do you want to, Clarissa? Do you want to start with the Dominion series?
Yeah,
Fala do Dominion
so
Series,
for
infelizmente
those
não tem
who
pra
were wondering,
o América.
the Dominion
Então,
Series Stage 2 has already begun. Qualifier number 1 was last weekend. Number 2 will be this weekend, and we have 2 more after that because there's a total of 4. And we're just reminding you to sign up on our lovely Battlefy page here. And also, as a reminder, after the qualifiers, if you win the
aproveitando que eles estão
qualifier, you
falando de um
get
torneio que a
ticket
gente não
to
pode
go to
participar,
the stage
mas tem um
2
torneio que
major,
vocês
which will
podem
happen at the
participar, que é
end
o
of
torneio
August.
aqui do canal
And
do
you should
Lenhador,
definitely tune
domingo,
into this one because
4
we
horas
will
da
have
tarde,
exclusive
campeonato de
rewards,
duelo
not just
no
the
PS4,
consumables,
aqui no
but
meu
also
canal,
just
tá?
an exclusive
Já que vocês não
elite
podem jogar,
outfits
agora não dá
that will
tempo de
be
se
split
inscrever
up
mais, né?
into
Já fechou as
different tiers. So
inscrições.
like one tier you'll
Mas vamos
get
ver aí quem é o melhor
the character
duelista do
symbol and the
PS4.
patterns, as you can see
Eu vou
here.
aproveitando que eles estão
And the
falando
last
aí de...
tier,
né?
there's going to be even more stuff like a really cool emblem. Well, not emblem, but what's it called? Ornament.
que ela
So,
tá
so
falando
here's a
aí?
quick sneak peek.
Ah,
More
tá, é
information about that
ornamento
will
para quem
come along
participa.
as the stage 2
Então,
major
como
comes.
a gente não
But for
pode
now,
participar dos
sign
torneios
up,
oficial
win some
da Warriors
points,
Den,
because
vocês têm
even
um
if you
torneio
don't win the
oficial aqui do
qualifier,
Lenhador,
you still
certo?
get
Então,
points, and that
já
will all
fica aí,
tally
hein?
up
Marca na
to the
agenda,
end at the finals
domingo,
that will happen
4 horas
in
da
the
tarde,
last
campeonato
season
de
of
duelo no
Year 5
PS4
Season
aqui
4. So
no
sign up
canal do
now.
Lenhador.
Do it.
Do it.
Do
Do
it.
Do it. Do it now.
Do it now.
That's awesome. And then a few community updates for everyone. We have a skill challenge series that'll be coming out soon. So stay tuned to social media because we're going to have some fun information on that coming out soon. As well as I just wanted to thank everybody who participated in our recent community survey. The responses that you left were awesome. We're digging through those right now and you know, just seeing what you guys said and what you told us so that we can take that into account. So yeah, that's it for me. How about you and Josh, man?
I'm feeling pretty good, Matt. Do you have any last things to mention before we get to the thing?
Before we get to the thing, we have something that is happening right now. The free weekend starting July 15th through the 19th.
Ah, legal, vai ter uma
Great
nova
time
free
to
weekend.
recommend the game to a friend to
Do
just like
dia
get someone in
15
the
ao
game
dia
to play
19,
with you
For Honor
and
vai
those
ficar
who
de
you already
graça.
play with. And
Tá?
For Honor, here are the
Aqui, ó.
dates. They're different across the
No
world because that's how time
PS4,
works.
PC,
So find your location
no
and
Xbox,
all the
pela
different
Epic
complicated
e
times
pela
are on there.
Uplay. Pela Steam,
And
não.
yeah, in addition to the
Legal.
free weekend, we have
Então é
a
a chance de
longer
você
term
chamar aquele seu
referral
amigo
program, a friend referral
para
program,
jogar For Honor,
starting up July
graça.
22nd, going all the way through October 21st.
Para
So you have a
para
long time.
alguns
Like if your
youtubers
friend
aí
is
a
busy
chance de
now, you
pegar
hit 'em up in
uns rap
September.
zero e
It's
fazer
fine.
highlight.
And if they play, you get rewards. We'll have more details on that soon.
It's awesome.
Super sick. But we've got all the formalities out of the way. Who wants to see a hero trailer? You guys ready?
Hora de ver o
I know I'm
trailer do
ready.
Herói, mas
So,
será que é um
without
novo
further ado,
trailer ou é aquele
Here
trailer
is the
com nada a
Kyoshin.
ver? Acho que agora vai, hein?
Heishu として生きるか、英雄として死ぬか、過去を守るか、未来のために戦うか、天国を目指すか、地獄への道を歩むか。信念は皆の心の中にある。そして与えられたものもある。それは選び適応する能力。誰でもないが誰でもあるものとなり 風のごとく
Perfeito,
呼
da hora. Olha o
吸し
Dozen aí.
戦う
Olha, mano. Foda. Caraca, mano. Olha. Fazia tempo, hein, que eu não
Warriors, we are back
pagava um
from
pau
that
pra um trailer
incredible
de For
trailer with
Honor, hein?
all of that like samurai blood splatter,
Nossa,
all those
mano.
cool
Que
moments. That was
da
awesome.
hora, velho.
We
Porra.
are here to talk about Kyoshin with Nicholas
Filosaço.
and Elise. How are you guys doing?
I'm great, Matt.
Pretty,
How are
pretty
you?
Nossa, como que é o
I'm
nome
pretty
daquele
stoked about this
detetive
hero.
do
So
Samurai
let's just get
Shodown
right
que usa
into it.
o Shodown? Que
Nico,
usa
what can
o...
you tell us about the
Não, o
general
Kyo.
concepts
O
behind
Kyo é o
Kyoshin?
da maçã.
Well, it all started
Esse, alguém
from a
fala no
basic
chat
premise,
aí.
right? The creation of a hero, it's generally a long process for us. It starts with one thing, and to me, coming out of year 4, it was simple. It was, guys, how can we do another night? That is obviously not what happened here. So no,
Huh.
in all seriousness, we obviously came and
Julguei,
brainstormed
pode crer,
after
julguei.
year 4, after the Warmonger, after Griffin, and one thing that the team quickly rallied around was the concept of the blind swordsman wielding the Shikomitsue, or a cane sword, a sort of straight katana that you can see on the picture here, and it all started from there, like we usually do on For Honor. And so Zatoichi was that kind of core fantasy. Then Heavies made some research, and we fleshed this out more, and we transitioned into the onmyoji fantasy, which is something that has more to do with spirits, gods, and deities. It's very popular in Japanese anime also. And that element of spirits and sort of ghosts also really gelled with the entire season lore, and that's where Mirage is coming from, basically. So that was the entire sort of thinking behind this season, and we obviously wanted then to create the big sort of build up so that players can anticipate, and we introduced that hero progressively from the start of the season with visions of the Kyoshin, where you were sort of facing against the gods that the Kyoshin venerates, and as you were fighting them, you could get a glimpse at their powers, and you'll see later on that those powers are very similar to the feats that the Kyoshin will wield in game. And yes, after the event, you probably noticed some sightings, some mirages of spirits here and there, and that's what we wanted to create, that sense that after the initial encounter, the Kyoshin were starting to creep up inside the platform, and you would see them more and more. And at the beginning, it's like, what's going on? Is it real? And we made those mirages come in more and more frequently, and it was really fun for us to actually watch all of the oh shit moments that the players posted on Reddit and other social media. That was really cool, and it was showing us that this approach was really cool for us and for the platform. So now it's the build-up is over. The rumor is all out there. The Kyoshin are here, and we just can't wait to see how players will respond to this new hero.
Yeah, the Mirage is sort of real now. So, Elise, what can you tell us about the narrative basis for the Kyoshin?
So
Entender da
the
narrativa
Kyoshin,
do
they're like
personagem.
a really special group of warriors in the world of For Honor. As you've seen, like in the trailers and they are still some of my
grupo
favorite
especial de
illustrations.
guerreiros.
We are trying to tell a slightly different story that the previous heroes say. So the Kyoshin, they are a group of people, like the Wardens, like the Valkyries and whatnot. Then the players will be able to forge their own like sub-identities within that group. And in terms of story, so they are like children supposedly born of yokai, also of demons that are usually kind of like outcasts almost among the samurai. They are sent to a temple where they get a special training. So because they are supposedly like wielding like supernatural powers, they follow a very
demônios
intense
e vão
training
pra
to
escola
master those
especial de
powers,
samurai
basically.
brabo
And
e
the visions of the Kyoshin event was also a way for us to show what kind of powers they could like try to
Eles
achieve or to
aprendem a
acquire
controlar e
through
explorar
a
esses
ritual with
poderes
the heavenly
sobrenaturais
gods,
deles,
the
como
heavenly
são
ones,
treinados como
those
guerreiros,
kind of
mais ou
multi-armed
menos,
deities
resumidamente.
that the players got to fight. And once like that ritual is over, then they acquire that heavenly wheel that you also see on the key art. So it's basically a manifestation of their power and how they are trying to, through their fighting, to restore the equilibrium of forces in nature. So that's also what I love about them, is like they are neither good or bad. They actually will join either side to see how they could like restore the balance of all things. That's the like the ultimate goal, basically.
Got it.
And sorry.
Got it. So their foundation is all about
E eles vêm
balance,
para
about
restabelecer o
keeping
balanço
things
e tal. Eu queria
as
ver
they
aonde
should
eles
be,
vão
as the
entrar ali
level.
no Quimera e Orcus,
Yes,
né?
exactly. Yeah, and
Dentro da
there's
lore.
also like a great sense of transformation about them, since they are like they have a great connection to the spirits, to the like the spiritual world, and that's also why you will see that the customization they have is really amazing. Like in my opinion, like it's I
Isso aí
just
foi
love
uma
them so
imagem
much.
vazada.
You will see that they have very different types of attires and everything, because they are somewhat masters of disguise, in their own way. And it's also a way for us to weave
Provavelmente
things
vão
with
liberar
previous like
algumas coisas
well-known
dos
characters
golpes
in the
dele
world of
pra
For Honor
galera.
anyway. So yeah, that's like the overall mood of those characters.
Great. So as well as the narrative, we have just the in-game realization of this, like the menu and the face-off screen. Nico, what can you tell us about how this is going?
Olha que da hora o menu, como
Well,
vai
things
ficar.
are getting hotter, right? So
They
it
are.
started as a drought, and again, we wanted to create all that build up, that that intensity that gets higher and higher.
Aí,
So
ó.
it started from
Quer
a
ver a
drought,
gameplay?
and now we are in, the
Bonito, hein,
wildfires. That's
meu?
really about,
Porra.
everything amping up. The Kyoshin coming real after, we thought they were
Porra.
ghosts. So it's all
Sacanagem,
about really
velho.
that intensity.
Yeah, the natural disasters are still here. So yeah, and now the Kyoshin are there trying to, like, by joining the battlefield, to try to maybe avert those catastrophes to go like even further. But the wildfires are there and everything. So you will see also like in the menu, some sort of a safe home for them. So like in the middle of the wildfires, somehow they are able to preserve their tiny house with the wheel of power also, like in the screen, as you can see. So yeah, kudos again to the whole team who did an amazing job in terms of realization. Like I think they really outdid themselves again. So yeah.
Yeah, this is awesome. I feel like this is where Jean-Hu is emotionally all the time as well. This is kind of like Jean-Hu's emotional state.
Could be Gems of Paradise, yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys for taking us through all this, all the concepts behind the Kyoshin and all the general background. You guys mentioned customization. We will be right back with Andrew, the one and only Andrew, to talk about the armor variations and weapons. So stay tuned, Warriors.
Daqui a pouco vai
Thank
vir
you.
as
Thank you.
variações
Have a
de
good one.
armas e
Welcome back,
armaduras.
Warriors. We're here with the one, the only Andrew M to talk about the
Grande
art direction of
Japoronga.
Kyoshin. Andrew, how are you doing today?
Good, great, excited.
We're excited to have you. So let's just get right into it. All the people want to know. Let's just talk about the inspiration and the general artistic grounding of Kyoshin.
Okay, I'm like extremely thrilled. I don't use this word often. Thrilled to introduce our new hero, Kyoshin. Kyoshin, aka Faceless in depth term and code name, is edge samurai character who uses a shikomizue as a weapon. And this weapon is well known by the
Obizue.
fictional sword master Zaitoichi. And if you haven't watched this movie, I highly recommend it. But this weapon, Shikomizue, is a very difficult one to
Ele
master
citou
since it doesn't
filme
come
aí,
with
galera.
a
Se alguém
guard.
conseguir pegar essa
So it will
referência e me
kind of
passar
slide the
depois.
blade into if you don't have a good grip or control. But for the coming back to the character design, there are quite good range from traditional Ronin outfit to the outfit that was inspired by the Japanese Shinto priest, and this will lead to the legendary character from our campaign. Even the character looks quite traditional and simple. I have to say that this character was one of the most challenging one that we created for so far artistically and also technically. Yet everyone worked very hard to make it happen. So I would like to thank the team and community who waited patiently. And there's a little fun information about the Kyoshin, is that this character explains how from the campaign Tozen's the shadow clone technique works. And I think previously Elise briefly brought that up, that the Kyoshin can shift the appearance or the form, and this is why we're
Right.
calling this character Faceless as a code name from the Game of Thrones. So as you will see very soon in the video, from the default set to the very last variations, each variation provides the progression of shifting the form. As a start from the set 1, under the blindfold, the eye is starting to transform. As it progresses, Kyoshin covers both eye, meaning he now sees the things with the other's vision. And then set 2 variation expresses
Diferença, hein, velho?
as the character's inner mind transformation.
Parece
So design
mendigo,
will
um
show the
mendigo
light
louco.
side and the dark side at the same time. And finally, on the set 3, we get to see the full shape shifting to the well-known character and then various variation forms.
A ideia
the
que ele falou é
emoji,
que ele tem
the
essa
poems from the
transformação, né?
event,
Ele
minions
vai
from
de um
this
extremo ao
season,
outro.
the symbols that appears, the boss character from the seasonal event, they all point to the Kyoshin and melted into each variation design.
Those all looked awesome. Can you tell us about any interesting customization options that Warriors should keep an eye out for?
Of course. The William Shakespeare once said, "The eyes are the window to your soul."
Right.
The only way
Amazing.
to identify the true identity of Kyoshin is through the eye. So the eye color will take the team color. So player's choice, on the player's choice, and when eye color can change, you may have another option that may make your customization more interesting. This
Muda de
I'll leave
Kyoshin
up
dos
to you
times
to
é a
find
cor
out.
do olho, velho.
And as his armor looks hot,
Assim.
his weapon designs are just on wildfire as a theme of this the theme of this title update. We have them from the very simple design to the designs with the quite exotic decorations, yet we kept them look very traditional. Again, the team worked very hard visually and technically to make this character look, and the weapon to look good from the head to toe, with the long hair, the traditional samurai puffy pants, katana with the scabbard, the blindfold, or monk helmet. And if you are anime fan like me, or if you're edgelord, or if you are waiting for the character with the
Já
very fancy
acabou de falar que ele é fã
animation,
de anime.
I would say the wait is over. The For Honor brings you the character Kyoshin. But I think that's enough of the talk. Let's dive into the video.
Amazing. Yes. Edgy anime fans, now is your time in For Honor. Come on board. And yes, we will we'll go into the Kyoshin armor and weapons, and we'll be right back after that with Josh and Stefan to talk about the fight side of the hero in the moveset.
Vamos ver,
So
vamos
we'll
ver
be
as
right back, Warriors.
armaduras
Don't go anywhere.
agora. As roupas. Já vou dar aquela minha opinião. Bem legal essa daí primeira. Clássica, bonita. Sexy, sem ser vulgar. Eu gostei mais da segunda, dessa daqui. Achei mais estilosa. Esse aqui me lembra muito o Ukyo do Samurai Shodown. Já esse aqui tá no estilo do Jubei, ó. Tá no estilo do Jubei que eu falei. Esse aqui tá horrível. Parece aquele maluco que taca a granada dos Imortais do filme 300. Esse aqui tá mais trevosão, né? Esse aqui ele tá totalmente cego. Fica mais trevosão. Esse aqui tá... Nossa, nada a ver. Você vê que o personagem, velho, muito diferente. Nossa. Completamente diferente. Esses aqui eu já acho feio, bagarai. Nada a ver, uma sandália de ir pra praia aqui, cheio de rendinha. Aqui com uns negócios de colocar roupa suja na cabeça. Esses aqui eu achei horrível. As de trás eu achei bem mais bonita. Aqui é o Tozen. É o Tozen. Isso aqui é o Tozen, né? Esse de trás aqui. Cara, isso aqui é feminina ou é femiboy? Mano, é masculino e feminino ou eu tô brisando? Não, né? Que japonês é tudo meio complicado. Mas não, é só femiboy mesmo. É só masculino. Eu falo cada merda sem perceber às vezes. Isso aqui é pra quem gosta. É o E-Girl. É E-Grilo, samurai E-Grilo. Espadas. Cara, essa espada não tem como deixar feia, né? Essa não tem como deixar feia. Essa aqui eu acho legal, bonita. Essa também eu acho bonita. Porque é uma arma simples, né, cara? Não, tem como deixar feia. Essa aqui é feia. Essa aqui parece de plástico. Eu acho zoado. Você nem distingue a lâmina do resto, né? Essa daqui tá mais bonita. Aí essas de oncinha. Com bambu, velho. Com bambu. Bambu é da hora. Essas muito ornamentadas assim eu não acho legal. Porque eu acho que perde um pouco da característica da lâmina, né? É muito ornamentado assim. Tem pra todos os gostos, tem rosinha, azulzinha, de menina, de menino. Eu gosto das mais básicas. Parece que conforme sobe de reputação, né? Vai ficando mais esquisito. Essas aí eu não achei legal, não. Talvez combinar esses cabos e essa bainha com uma lâmina que não seja... Esse aqui até que é mais legalzinho. Mas no geral tá bonito, né? É porque também não adianta ficar só fazendo os homens igual. Agora vamos à hora que interessa, o careca e o gordão. Sempre, né? A hora mais esperada da live é quando aparecem os dois.
And who better to do that than Steph from the fight team? Stefan, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. This is kind of day I live for. I can't wait to get into it. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm really excited to see this hero because we've kind of like been dropping like little teases here and there, but we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. But before we get into the actual like fight styles and all that good stuff, if you could describe the new hero.
Lembrando, galera, que tem a ferramenta de corte agora aqui no YouTube, tá? Se vocês quiserem recortar 30 segundos para mostrar alguma coisa, vocês podem usar aí. Tá aí no YouTube, é só utilizar a ferramenta de corte.
It's a sword master.
Fazer clipes.
And it's got good crackers, offensive crackers to open up an opponent. I know that's way beyond 3 words. I apologize. I've blown it already.
A lot more than 3 words, but I will take it because I do feel your excitement. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's kind of start off with talking about some of the general combat kind of moves that the Kyoshin will have, and what they look like.
Perfect. Let's start the video and we'll show the basics to start, and we'll get into the crazy stuff by the end. So here we go. Kyoshin, 2-hit chain character, basic heavy opener, light superior block opener, and you'll see undodgeable on the finishers. So we're gonna run through a few of these. Shinobi tried to dodge and got wrecked there by the finisher.
Shame.
Exactly. Poor Shinobi after that TG, but should be alright.
Segundo heavy perseguidor. Primeiro light, normal. Segundo é heavy perseguidor.
And here we're going to see the Scabbard Melee within chain. So you have the ability to, as your second hit, do a melee move. You can follow with a free light, basically.
Então é light.
Here's sprint heavy, which also goes into a chain. You
ataque em corrida.
Unsheath your sword
ele bate
while
com a
running
bainha.
and
Bash, né?
Slash out. And then you have all your chain options after that.
I love the combination of like a sword and scabbard because I mean I've seen a lot of samurai kind of use that fighting style because usually, you know, if you have a sword, that's like the main thing that you use, but using the actual like its holster for it is it adds really interesting dynamic to the hero that I really appreciate as someone who enjoys like samurais and stuff like that. So
12,
It's like-
I mean,
12, 16. Ah, o segundo light também é perseguidor?
Unsheathing it to like slash as you
E no meio você pode dar um
sprint, that's
bash.
super cool.
Interessante.
And then we see it used as the melee in mid chain, and we also see it for defensive like blocks and parries and stuff like that. So it gets its use out.
Absolutely beautiful. All right, what do we have? What do we have next here? What do we have next here? We're going into dodge heavies. Let's talk
Dodge
about
heavies,
some dodge heavies.
padrão. Ok.
Everyone needs some ability to either move forward and close distance, or kind of dodge sideways to get out of trouble, group fights and attacks and so on. So let's see what these look like. They also
dodge
serve as chain
heavy.
openers, so you can go into your second hit or your scabbard
Heavy
hit,
pra frente, 20 de dano,
from
bom.
anything basically.
Lateral.
Then you see it going into finishers, and I think we'll see it into the melee here.
Legal,
Exactly.
Simples,
It's
funcional.
a bit basic, but it does a use. You're gonna use it, I promise you.
Basic but incredibly effective.
Yes. And then of course you start your pressure, so that's important too. Okay, so let's get a little crazier, eh?
Yeah, let's
vai começar a
get
palhaçada,
into
hein?
some of like the bread and butter kind of like
Vamos
combos.
ver.
We're starting to get to the really sick stuff. But let's go ahead and talk about some dodge melees that the Kyoshin will have.
Gonna have to open up your opponent. This is a good way of doing it. Dodge forward kick is what we're about to see.
Dodge forward. Ah, ele dá uma voadora que garante um light.
I love the.
Uma
I love the
capoeira,
animation.
né, mano?
It's
Tipo
like,
um
again, like,
parafuso, o
I'm like
bagulho.
in the candy store right now, just watching these videos because I really appreciate this kind of like fighting style. So
I mean, it's smooth. That little arc of the
Da
foot
hora.
is super cool. It goes
opening,
into,
um
to a
opening
light,
de bash.
and then you can chain from there. So as you see in that second
Normal.
one, it's a
Padrão também, ok.
dodge forward kick, light, scabbard hit, light finisher. You're going to be using that to open people up. So yeah, enjoy.
it's great. So like let's now get to the down stance, which is this is a little this is quite special. I when we were kind of I saw it a little bit earlier, but I'm
Parece
I'm
que
happy
isso é a
I'm like,
mecânica
Jesus,
única
I
dele.
want to hear you talk
Vamos
about
ver,
it.
aí
I'm so
mora o
excited, I can't
perigo, né?
talk. So please save me.
Okay, so here's where we get really cool. I mean, like that down stance, that twirl is sick.
Carai.
It goes into you can choose a heavy, you can choose a light, or you can choose a zone as kind of an offensive poke. The heavy is unblockable, and you have the Fujin cuts if you land any of these attacks. And those are our ultra enemy hit, light that are all free if you land your down stance heavy, down stance light, or
Tá,
down
você
stance.
entra num full block.
And it's also a really good way to kind of
Você entra
just,
num full block que
just
você vai ter a
confuse your
opção de
opponent,
usar
'cause they don't
light.
know where like they're
heavy
gonna come with the side, they're
e
gonna come with
zone.
the top. You know, it's one of those things that you can
O
really
heavy é
use to
imbloqueável.
kind of confuse your opponent, even for a split second. And you know,
Exactly, like the light comes from the right, the zone comes from the left, the heavy comes from the top. That'll be neat in group fights, and then the other part.
O
you're
heavy
getting at,
vem
I
de
think, is,
cima,
like,
o light vem pela
you
direita e
kinda
o zone
lock 'em
vem
in
pela
place a little bit with
esquerda.
that,
Mas é um
light,
full
light,
block, não
Fujin
se,
cut bit, so
não se assustem.
that's a good time for teammates to show up and give them a smack as well.
you know, it's definitely like a time waster, just a little bit, especially if
Achando que
you're
não
on a
gasta
point, you need
quase
you
nada
need,
de
like, some
estamina,
extra-
né?
Some help. You know, that kind of little thing would just freeze. Like I said, even just for a brief moment, will allow kind of really just for you to take the advantage in that fight. So
It feels so good to do.
Also very anime-esque. I do appreciate it, but
Tem que testar o recover
superior
disso,
block
né?
time. Let's talk about it.
Esse,
Yeah, we talked
o
about being
recover vai
defensive,
dizer se é um
so
golpe
here we're gonna show
inútil
a
ou se vai
variety
ser
of
um
ways that you
golpe
can
muito
superior
bom.
block on this character. Let's check it out. We got superior block light on the openers.
Superior
from any of the three
block
stances.
light.
The down stance is a superior block, which feeds into down stance heavy, down stance light, or down stance zone on block
Caramba, dá pra usar
as
na
well.
reação.
And it gives you unblockable, and it's slightly faster as well
O do
in
Aramuxa.
the case where you superior block.
Porra, é o que eu falo, a ativação desse golpe vai dizer tudo,
Her
cara.
poor back face is not
Ativação e o
happy there.
recover.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
And then here, this is Fujin Force. So basically, when you're allowed to do the Fujin cuts, you could do a Fujin Force, which is a heavy instead. It has superior block on all three directions. And so what you saw in those two videos there at the end, we'll loop back to it and we'll see it again. Means you can do down stance heavy, let's say you hit, you can Fujin Force and defend yourself from incoming attacks and hit somebody. Or you can do Fujin Cut, Fujin Force, or you can do Fujin Cut, Fujin Force. You can, basically if you're allowed to Fujin Cut, you can Fujin Force, and it's super, I thought the Fujin Cuts feel good to pull off, but this thing feels unbelievable when you do it.
Yeah, I was just about to say that I noticed that with the Fujin Cuts, you're not necessarily locked into doing that entire kind of chain, you know?
Bom,
you can kind of
provavelmente
like,
Bash
feint
vai
out of it
interromper
and kind of do other things, and again, makes that move all that more dangerous, really, you know, because your opponent doesn't know whether you're going to follow through or you're going to come with a superior block, anything like that. So it makes Kyoshin very versatile in fights.
Enquanto ele tá dando aquelas porradas,
how
você
you can be
bater no
interrupted.
externo,
I mean, they
ele
can take a risk and
pode
throw a light or a heavy or something at you,
usar
but you
o
might be able to
superior
not just
block.
wreck them with it, but like, you know, we'll see what's cool about superior block a bit later on as well. So there's options with this, which is really, you can master this character and you can really show your creativity and your stuff on this, and that's what I love.
So you're making me like we're like halfway through and like I'm like I need to be a Kyoshin main. This is right up my alley. But let's go ahead and talk about down stance.
Lembrando que todo mundo hoje tem
this
Bash,
is
tá,
just
galera?
the little one we'll see here as the video
Não
begins.
se assustem.
It's just a bunch of options to get you into your down stance a little bit quicker. From block, you can go to down stance. On your miss recoveries of chains, you can go into down stance, that kind of thing. So you'll find a couple ways where, oh, I missed my attack. Actually, I can go to down stance the same way that like maybe BP's down stance can go, but it's not normal block, it's superior block. So it's going to give you a lot of good options in group fights.
Look at that combo chain, man. We're starting to get a little crazy with the combo chain.
É uma parte de porrada, mas não dá quase nada de dano também, viu, galera?
I can't do it, but let's dive a little bit deeper and let's talk about
Tomar uma flipada do BP é muito pior do que
want
isso.
to learn Kyoshin and really start just dicing up their opponents into tiny little bite-sized chunks. Let's talk about some long combo strings. Let's talk about some options that our players will have once they get their hands on Kyoshin.
Yeah, Josh wasn't fooling. You're about to see like the string length here on what you can see. You can always access these from the advanced tactics in the training menu. So you can practice these on your own as well. Couple minutes, it looks intimidating when you first see it, but you realize, oh, actually it's dodge forward, melee, into guaranteed light, scabbard melee, into guaranteed light, hold down stance, and throw the heavy, either feint it or don't. And if it goes through, do Fujin Cuts late. I know it sounds crazy, but like in minutes you'll be like flowing like water on this guy. So this Kyoshin is awesome to
Vocês percebem ali que ele treinou a estamina, fez coisa pra caramba, mas não tirou muito dano.
Like Warmonger and Griffin, I would say like compared to Kyoshin, they were a little bit easier to kind of master or kind of get the hang of, or a lot quicker. But with Kyoshin, it's a lot more technical. There are a lot more things that you will have to learn in order to be efficient with them. You know, so this is.
I'm looking forward to seeing that upper limit on where can people really show their group fighting power, their Faram moments and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to all this.
Yeah, well, so like speaking of like group fights and stuff like that, would you say
talentos agora, cara, muita coisa pra processar,
is
né?
good in group fights? Are they good for ganking? Are they good?
Não
for
vejo a hora de
mid,
pegar o
stuff like
personagem
that?
pra testar.
Like, where would you kind of place Kyoshin at?
It's so as we kind of go into the feats, I mean, like you're going to see a lot of like you can stall as a defensive character, you can do work in a group fight, you can open people up quite well with a kick or continue pressure with the scabbard. If you need to survive the feats and your abilities are going to allow that, I'm really hoping to see like Kyoshin played one way by this really strong player, Kyoshin played that way by a really strong player, and everyone else kind of finding like their styles and maybe new rooms that we didn't think
Será
of.
que vai estar roubado esses feats aí, galera?
I hope that
Vamos
answers
ver,
the
né?
question, but I'm looking forward to a variety of answers on this one.
Again, your question just adds to the versatility factor of Kyoshin. So you answered perfectly. Congratulations, that was awesome. All right, feats time. I am not going to try to pronounce any of these except for like one. So let's talk about the first feat here.
Perfect, feat 1.
Yeah, we're going to call it feat 1 because I'm not saying that.
Vamos lá, primeiro talento único dele. Bom que
Japanese
tem
masters
talentos únicos,
in
né?
the chat can help us out here, hopefully. But
Yeah, if I'm getting flamed in chat right now, I am so sorry. I would
doing
rather
the
not
best, but
embarrass myself.
It's feet 1 through development, so yeah, sorry. Let's check it out. It
Yeah.
gets crazy. So it's a passive feet 1. Whenever you superior block,
Uma
which we saw
passiva.
was through down stance, through superior light openers, or through your Fujin Force all block heavy after down stance, activates 10 seconds of all your attacks have bleed from this point on. So that's good. You can poke, do a bit of bleed damage as you see here. And of course you can Fujin cut, which I thought we saw in the video, but my bad, maybe it's in the next video, or the next part of this
Tá
video.
dando bleed, é isso?
But you can do bleed.
Não tá
with it,
mostrando.
which is
Mas
pretty
é
awesome.
um talento que você ativa.
That's awesome.
E aí,
3
se o
hits of
cara
bleed
te bater
damage.
na sua
Always
full
good.
guard enquanto
Leaking.
isso, você
Alright,
dá
feet 2.
ataque de bleed por 10 segundos.
Whatever that's titled.
Feat 2, passive as well. When you superior block in any of the same ways, all your attacks will do healing.
O Fit 2
On a hit.
te dá
basically.
healing quando você
So
And
as
you're
you
also
see
doing
ataca.
bleed damage as well.
Exactly. So we're watching the Kyoshin find their way out of critical
Ah, é
damage there.
passiva,
By
cara.
healing
Porra,
and
é
also
passiva,
stacking
agora que eu me
bleeds up on
toquei.
the Highlander.
Porra, ele dá dano, ele dá bleed.
Getting absolutely
Ué, tá
wreck-a-rooney.
ficando
Yes,
estranho isso aí, hein?
Pretty cool.
Ele vai dar
If you
bleed e
played
vai
Divisions
se
of
curar.
Kyoshin, you might remember that.
Só de você
the
bater na
power
guardinha
you get, the
dele.
power thing from defeating the possessed Kyoshin gives you very much the same or very similar abilities. So that wheel of power is
Tô com medo
it
de ver
seems
o
like it was just
terceiro.
fantasy, but it's back.
É passiva, fica se
It is-
regenerando
It is
rapidão,
here.
você não
Feat
precisa
3. I
usar.
think I can say this one. Hikari Tukage. I think that's what it is. I hope so.
I hope so.
Whoever
Okay, here we
wrote
go.
it is just like wrong.
Que isso.
Yeah, they're not impressed with us at this moment. That's for sure.
But
But
I am impressed with the feat though. That's for sure.
yes, so here there'll be times where you're like, actually, I wish I had the bleed and the heal, but I can't quite get to it. Like it's too risky. So you can actually use your feat 3 as an active feat that will launch both those abilities, which can help you heal out if you're super low and you're at the edge of a group fight and you want to just whack somebody and get some health back. That's totally possible. Setting up bleed, also possible. And then secret technique here. For feat 1, 2, or 3, whenever you superior block, basically it'll refresh, right? So you're gonna see here, yeah, usually it's 10 seconds, but here the
No.
Kyoshin is like, no, I'm just gonna superior block and
Quando você
superior block
ativa
and
o
superior block and
terceiro
refresh and
feat,
refresh
ele
and
deixa
refresh
os
and
outros dois infinitos, meu brother.
So if you're a master who can hold this thing somehow for the entire length of a Dominion without ever losing bleed or heal passive, I want to see that video. I wish you luck.
Absolutely. Tag us in it if you manage to be able to do it. But let's get on to Teat 4, which is actually Feat 4,
Meu
which
Deus,
is
e o
my favorite
quarto?
one. I actually like this one. This one's really cool. Let's go ahead and talk about how this works.
Perfect. Tier 4. Basically, it sends up spikes up through any nearby enemies. And it holds them there, does a bit of damage, and you can do an attack. So you can do like down stance heavy.
Ah, ele
two
trava
Fujin
todo mundo
cuts,
no
and
mapa.
Get a bunch of damage there. I think
Yeah,
Max whiffs it, but he gets to execute.
Usou isso, tacou frasco de fogo,
So quick,
catapulta e já era.
so nimble, so fast. This is actually a really good feat for again ganking, group fights, stuff like that. And again, another thing that adds to the versatility of Kyoshin. And it's just it can be used in so many ways, you know, especially if you combo it with like some of your other feats. It just makes the Kyoshin very dangerous in pretty much all aspects.
Absolutely. I mean, like, it's the kind of thing that I like to use when this is a fight you need to win, the big group fight. This is the time to use it. You can set things up with somebody to guarantee it, or you can do the opposite and try to pile on damage after. So try it out. You can use it for survivability, and you can combo if you've got, like, if you're near enough to do any hits, which benefit from tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3 and so on. So try some stuff.
Absolutely. No, this Kyoshin looks absolutely phenomenal. I'm really excited for this hero to come out. Stefan, do you have any last words that you want to say? Like, what are some things you're looking for once players kind of get their hands on the Kyoshin?
For me, it's the creativity and the mastery aspect on this character, both in like
Tem uma área
offense
vermelha
and
embaixo,
defense, and how you
provavelmente
use
tem
those
como
feats.
esquivar, não
I think we're
sei.
going to see people play the Kyoshin in a couple of different ways. And then I'm really excited to see what does that mean for teaming the Kyoshin with other heroes. What kind of synergies are you going to find, and what kind of group styles are you gonna do? It's going to be different, and that's what I love. So last thing I'll say real quick is big ups to Pikalix, the fight team, the gameplay team, all of For Honor who makes this happen, all of For Honor who's on other topics because they allow us to make this happen. So thanks to everybody. I know I get to have the fun on the Warriors Den, but it's you guys who make it happen. So thank you.
Absolutely. Hats off to the entire team. The Kyoshin looks super awesome. And Stefan, thank you so much for coming on and talking about
Legal, hein?
all of these moves that
fica
I
com
will
medo,
probably
né,
never be
quando
able to
vem
do with
coisa
Kyoshin
nova.
because I'm bad at
Mas
fighting games.
eu acho que
But
agora já deu.
You're
né?
going to style on people. I promise you.
I
Try
might
it
try. I just might try. We'll see what happens. But Warriors, that is it for the hero reveal. But stay tuned because we'll be back with new armor variations and the content of the week. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Vai ter novas armaduras, galera. Novas armaduras. Enquanto isso, vou aproveitar para dizer que finalizando a live aqui no YouTube, eu vou abrir lá na Twitch, lá no meu canal, Treinador Gameplay. Então quem não me segue
Awesome.
na Twitch,
Thank you to
corre lá.
Stefan and Josh for walking us through the Kyoshin's awesome looking moveset. You'll love to see it. Andrew, what did you think of the animations there?
No, I love the animation. The fight style of a Kyoshin is my new main for sure.
I'm thinking about it as well, and hopefully people in chat are. But Kyoshin is not the only hero who got some new cool things in this title update. So what can you tell us about this title update's armor variations?
Of course, this season is about the Horkos. I mean, it's turned for the character variations.
Olha que bonita,
And as we
velho.
know by now, the Horkos
Mano, essa
designs
daqui
are known
vermelha
for
parece a do
chaotic and
Drácula, velho.
decorative to attract, but there's
Drácula
a
de
dark
Bram
and
Stoker.
poisonous intention
Ai, muito
underneath.
louca, velho.
There are
Pena que é pro
scale
grifo.
nails or scale metal patterns were used, and the Warmonger's metal and the alligator skin made the outfit look more threatening. And there are strong makeup on the face and tattoos on the body, and also there's an intense muscle line engraving on the armor that will make this season's armor variation to look more aggressive and wild. But not only for the character gets updated, there's also the map. The intense drought didn't stop there, but now it brings the
Os mapas
wildfire
agora vai.
on our map. The forest, the High Fort, Citadel Gate, and Sanctuary Breach
Bom, isso aí
are
já tá,
on
né?
fire, and the battlefield will be hotter than ever.
É, isso aí já tá.
And also again, great job on the map and event and the VFX teams for this one. There might be a little technical issue on the video caused by the wildfire, but then I hope you guys enjoy the new armor variation and new map dressing.
Vamos ver.
Awesome.
Armaduras.
We will show you the new armor variations now in video form, so you get to see all of them, and me and Josh will be right back after that with the content of the week. Andrew, thank you so much for coming on. It was great to have you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Vamos lá, vamos ver. Que diabo é isso? Isso é um Tianji? Aqui um Shaolin. Tianji, nossa, mano, que parece uma gorda. Nossa, que feio, velho. Puta merda, que horrível. Bom, gosto meu, né? Aí já tá melhor, hein? A física prendeu o negócio na perna do Warden. Centurião meio esquisito. O Glad ficou legal. Ah, do BP eu não achei da hora, não. Eu gostei dessa. Eu queria essa textura aqui pro Lawbringer, cara. O Lawbringer tá lindo. Ponk também é legal. Menos o Elmo, né? PK loirinha. Olha aí, PK emo, cara. Olha a PK grila. A Acer também não achei legal, não, hein? Olha esse Orochi. Esse Orochi eu achei bonito. quem sei. Vovó Mafalda. Que noob bugada. A mocha tá legal também, mais ou menos, é muito saiote. A Hitokiri não tem como ficar bonito. Queria horrível ponto. O Goku tá legal também. É a Nobushi do Death Metal aqui. Vai valer só pela PK loirinha, né? Zerker. Ok pra Zerker. Não. Gostei do Raider, não. Zerker também não. Dominander. For Lord aqui, velho. Nossa, For Lord diferente, né? Também os caras se ligaram que gostaram da Xamã de cabelo. A Valkyzinha achei legal também, a Valky. Mais pela armadura. E essas são as novas variações de armadura aí.
We're back, Warriors. We're done watching the armor variations. Josh, what a long, strange trip it's been.
It's been a trip indeed. We got to check out the new hero, all those sweet moves. We got to see a bunch of armor variations, and I was denied steel. So it's been a fun show.
That was my favorite part.
I'm not sad about that at all. Never.
Well, we do have content of the week to get to, so hopefully that'll cheer you up. We have two emotes, the elegant dance emote, the very discontent emote, which you can use to express your feelings about your enemies or your teammates. It's really up to you. And the incandescent memory effect for all heroes. So that's all the content of the week available now. Enjoy it, Warriors.
Yes, indeed. We also have a arcade quest, the Fukuro Festival, which is available for Marching Fire owners. It is available from July 15th. So right now until July 22nd. So definitely go ahead and check that out. It's gonna be cool. And of course, we also have a Slayer challenge, and then you can be if you be the main faction with the most takedowns, get some sweet rewards. So that's also very nice. But last but most certainly not least, we have a throwback event from August 19th to the 26th. Shadows of the Hitokiri is back.
Cara,
we know everyone really enjoyed this one, so we're happy to bring it back for everyone.
Não é não. O que tem a execução que eu uso que todo mundo gosta é do Halloween.
Go get him, Tiger.
Go get him, Tiger. That key art is amazing. So, just to recap, as you guys know, the For Honor Kyoshin hero available July 22nd.
Dia 22 de julho, galera.
All of the gameplay and the lore stuff earlier in the show. So if you're coming in late, you can catch the VOD later. And we talked to Clarissa about the Dominion series. Register now at battlefy.com/Dominion series. Please just register with your friends and give it a try.
Aproveitando que eles estão lembrando do Dominion Series, eu vou lembrar vocês, transmissão aqui no canal, campeonato de duelo do PS4, domingo, hein? Domingo, 4 da tarde.
Upcoming community activations. Josh, that's our show.
Yes, a fun show indeed. Thank you to everyone who joined us to spill some sweet details and giving us kind of some insight on
então, acho que não tem mais nada.
Kyoshin, all that fun stuff. But yeah, no, that's gonna go ahead and wrap the show. If you are on Twitch, be sure to follow us.
Eu tenho bastante coisa pra falar, eles, eu não sei.
If you're on YouTube watching the video on there, hello, hi, come join us on Twitch because we do nice streams and we do all this fun stuff. And also make sure you go ahead and follow For Honor on all of its social platforms at For Honor Game. Check out the Reddit, check out forums, give us feedback, all that awesome stuff. I almost said yummy for a third time. I don't know what's up with me today. But that's it for the show, everyone. See ya.
See ya. Have a good one.
Então é isso. Vai ficar o trailer aí de novo, vou diminuir aqui. Então, galera, vamos lá. Resumindo aí o personagem. É um personagem samurai, né? Óbvio, todo mundo já sabia. Sai no dia 22. Esse ano serão 2 lançamentos. A DLC do personagem é vendido separado. Então, ou seja, você vai lá e compra o personagem. Se você comprar, você joga dia 22. Quem não comprar vai poder jogar só 2 semanas depois. Certo? Quando ele sair normalmente, ele vai sair por 15k. Não tenho certeza. Adriano, quando é o passe do personagem? Normalmente vem uns 30 e poucos reais. Depende de onde você compra. Nos consoles a PSN é mais ladrazinha. Mas no PC aqui acho que vem por uns 30 e poucos reais. Tá? Quem puder aí, compre, que vale a pena. E mais de detalhe? Acho que é isso. Resumo do personagem. Tá? Resumo do personagem. Ele vai ter uma sequência de light ataque com heavy perseguidor. Ele, depois de dar o light ataque, ele vai ter uma opção de, em vez de dar o heavy perseguidor, porque se você vai esquivar, ele dá o heavy perseguidor. Agora ele pode fintar esse heavy perseguidor e te dar um guard break. E, lembrando que não vai ter mais option select. Espero. Não falaram nada disso. Mas ele pode te dar um bash no meio depois do light. E continuar. Cara, que é isso? É BP. BP. Igual Igual BP. O BP não dá o light uma escudada que garante outro light? Então, esse samurai vai poder dar um light, um bash e outro light. Igual BP. O BP não dá um light e um heavy perseguidor? Então, esse samurai também vai dar um light e um heavy perseguidor. Então, temos aí o basicão ali igual um BP. Certo? O ataque em corrida, a mesma coisa, tá? Aí ele tem essa mecânica única dele, que é uma mistura de full block com sei lá o que. Esse full block, ele, se você entra nele, eu não sei como entra, provavelmente vai ser para baixo, guarda para baixo. Ele começa a fazer lá, rodopiar as armas e tal. Se você soltar o heavy ataque, sai o imbloqueável por cima. Se você soltar o light ataque, ele dá um golpe por um lado. Se você soltar o zone ataque, ele dá por outro. Então a partir daí você vai ter 3 variações de golpe. Não sei se tem bash. Agora, nossa, vai ficar roubado pra caramba. Como a gente vai saber se vai ficar roubado? Dependendo do tempo de ativação disso e do tempo do recovery disso. Porque se ele entrar e sair muito rápido, aí ferrou. Porque o cara vai ver piscar vermelho na tela dele, vai usar essa porcaria aí e vai contra-golpear tudo. Né? O famoso full block on red, né? Piscou, usa o negócio. Agora, quando ele usa, quanto tempo demora pra ele se defender depois que ele sai da postura? Porque se ele entrar nessa postura aí, você dá um GB, acabou. Se ele entrou nessa postura, você dá um bash, acabou. Ele não contra-golpeia bash, certo? Então, né? Não parece ser um bicho de 7 cabeças. O dano não é tão grande. Se vocês for ver, um light heavy de Warlord aí tira muito mais dano do que o cara fazendo 1 milhão de macaquice dele. Então, são algumas coisas pra gente pensar. São considerações. Eu vou ter acesso ao personagem. Vou fazer todos os testes. Normalmente a Ubisoft libera assim para com 2 dias antes do lançamento do personagem eu poder divulgar tudo. Então, fiquem ligados no canal, porque eu vou poder divulgar tudo provavelmente 1 ou 2 dias antes do lançamento, tá? Beleza? Ó, esse vídeo vai ficar aqui no YouTube. Vocês podem pegar pedaços desse vídeo e recortar e fazer clipes. Ah, eu quero só o moveset. Quero mandar para os meus amigos. Vai lá, aqui no meu vídeo, tem aí a opção, a ferramenta, tem uma tesourinha ali. Recorta só o pedaço que você quer e manda para a galera nos grupos de WhatsApp e tal. Uma forma de vocês ajudar a me divulgar também, certo? Agora, para finalizar essa live, eu estou indo agora iniciar a transmissão lá no meu canal da Twitch, que é o Lenhador Gameplay, que é onde eu faço as lives de gameplay. Para quem me conhece aqui do YouTube, aqui no YouTube eu estou deixando mais para informativo gameplay lá na Twitch. Quer me ajudar? Quer fortalecer o meu trabalho? Bora lá na Twitch e me dá me assina como o Amazon Prime, que você me deixa muito feliz e né, prestigia meu trabalho, beleza? Galera, para finalizar, quem quiser falar do personagem e tal, né? Qualquer coisa, vamos lá na Twitch, twitch.tv/lenhadorgameplay, certo? Vou fechar aqui para esse vídeo ficar fechadinho, tal, bonitinho, tá? E vou nessa. Um abraço, muito obrigado